Hi there, my name is Ruben Rubio. I am going to be your insurance consultant this next journey that we're going to take. This journey is going to talk about life insurance. A lot of people ask about life insurance. A lot of people think they don't need life insurance. Many people insure their homes, they insure their cars, even their jewelry. But what they need to do is insure themselves. You know why? Because you are a moneymaker. If you make money, you provide for your family, your wife, your kids, or you have a business. There is no way to replace you. The only way is to have an insurance plan that will cover you the right way. If you liked the content and want to show your support, make sure that you like and comment below. For all questions and inquiries, you can submit them through my content form at RubenRubioTX.com. You can also find me across all the social medias, Ruben Rubio TX. Thank you. May the Lord bless you. Hello, my name is Ruben Rubio. Help support my channel by visiting my website, RubenRubioTX.com, on your phone, tablet, or PC. For Facebook, go to the menu and click on the Facebook logo. On my Facebook page, click like and follow. For Instagram, go to the menu and click on the Instagram logo. On my Instagram profile, click follow. For YouTube, go to the menu and click on the YouTube logo. On my YouTube page, click subscribe and ring the bell for all notifications. For Twitch, go to the menu and click on the Twitch logo. On my Twitch page, click the heart to follow. If you have questions you'd like answered on one of our live streams or YouTube videos, go to the menu and click on Ask a Question. Fill out all the details in the form and click Submit. You can choose to be anonymous or have your first name mentioned on the video. If you'd like to schedule a phone appointment, go to the menu and click Schedule Phone Appointment. Fill out all the details and when the best time to reach you, and we will get back to you at our earliest time available. Hola, mi nombre es Ruben Rubio. Para apoyar mi canal, visite mi sitio de web RubenRubioTX.com en tu teléfono, tableta o computadora. Para Facebook, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Facebook. En mi página de Facebook, haga clic en like y siga. Para Instagram, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logo de Instagram. En mi perfil de Instagram, haga clic en seguir. Para YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de YouTube. En mi página de YouTube, haga clic en suscríbase y haga sonar la campana para todas las notificaciones. Para Twitch, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Twitch. En mi página de Twitch, haga clic en el corazón para seguir. Si tienes preguntas que le gustaría responder en alguno de nuestros live stream o videos de YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en Ask a Question, llene todos los detalles del formulario y haga clic en Enviar. Puede elegir ser anónimo o que su primer nombre se mencione en el video. Si desea programar una cita por teléfono, vaya al menú y haga clic en Schedule Phone Appointment. Llene todos los detalles y cuando es el mejor momento para llegar a usted y nos encontraremos en nuestro momento más temprano disponible. Hello.
And welcome everyone to today's Ruben Rubio TX live stream on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. I'm your host, 8-Bit Rich, and with us, as always, is Ruben Rubio TX himself. How's it going, Ruben?
Hi there. Doing good, Richard. Doing real good.
Well, as many of you know, we always talk about life insurance topics and how you can prepare for yourself and leave a legacy for your family. And today's topic is going to be discussing final expense. So,
Yes.
Ruben, what is final expense exactly?
Final expense is when you purchase a policy to pay for funerals or services, final services. It doesn't need necessarily have to be a funeral. You can have an honorarium where somebody comes and talks just in case they cremate you or something. Um, with Ruben Rubio TX, we give you a free brochure, which I sit down with my client and explain, the basic parts, how this works. As I've mentioned in the past, usually anywhere from 12,500 to 15,000 for a basic funeral. Now here in the valley, of course, we're talking about the valley. Further on the state, it's a little bit more expensive. But what we do is that I generally fill out the information for the family to have an idea, a guide to know what is that person's last request and information. Now, I provide a brochure both in English and in Spanish. And of course, there's a memorial information that I fill out in the back. That way the family has an idea. Unfortunately, it's happened that people pass away and nobody knows what's going to happen. They don't know where their policies are. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But when you're my client, you have the liberty of calling me and I sit down with you and explain to you what the person has purchased in the past and what their desires are. And of course, like I said, we have a memorandum, memorial information where we ask your name, your residence, your social security number, your date of birth, your birthplace, and all of these things that I'm mentioning. I know it's personal and confidential, but I'm gonna know it, okay? Because you're my client. And then, of course, what's their marital status? What's the name of the spouse or spouses or ex-spouse or anything like that? And of
Yeah.
course, basic information that, of course, you're gonna need to provide for the funeral director because they're gonna have to fill out that little thing that they fill out so they can send it to the place where they have the final information for your obituary. Plus, they need this for the place there at City Hall so they can write down all the information to do the death certificate, which is basic information. Like, as I'm continuing to tell you, like the mother's maiden name, their date of birth, where were they born, what were their
Mhm.
occupation, what was the person's employer, who did they work for, did they have various employments, and then of course we get to the next important part, which is the funeral arrangements and instructions, Richard. Now, a lot of people, when somebody passes away, they really don't know what they're gonna do. Other than the fact that most of the time, the client, I ask them, please write down what you want. Well, I want a basic funeral. I don't want it to be expensive, or you know what? I want this type of casket. We need to write all of this down. So what? So the family has an idea what the need is. And the
Yeah.
reason it's called final expense is because that's what's going to pay off the funeral home, and that's going to pay off the cemetery, and that's going to, of course, include the basic stuff, which is the pictures, the memorandum booklets, the little cards that they give out. It's going to pay for the flowers. It's going to pay for the in case they have to hire the constable, or they have to hire that private police to take you to the cemetery. All of this costs money, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, like, I hate to say this, but it is a big business. It's big business to pass away. So as we're talking to you, and like I told you, it's a little guide that I provide on our final expense problem. programs. I'm sorry, I'm tongue
Mhm.
twisted. And then, of course, we have the other stuff that we need to know. Is there like a specific mortuary, you want to go to, a specific funeral home? Is there a specific cemetery you want to be buried with? Do you want to be buried next to your spouse, or would you want your spouse to be buried later on with you?
Yeah.
And things like that. And then uh, many people tell me, "Oh, Señor Rubio, yo quiero que me vayan a enterrar en Mexico. Oh, I want you to go bury me in Mexico." Well, those are costs that the life insurance business isn't going to provide for you, because if you want to be transported to Mexico, you're going to have to give cash, because you have to pay for the permits, and you're talking over $2,000, and then you have to make arrangements with the funeral home over there, and of course, you do know they will not take our papers. You have to pay out of your own pocket, and of course, I'll do the claim and pay you later on. But at the
Yeah.
moment, you cannot do what we've been talking about, that absolute assignment. So there's a lot of information. And of course, what church would you like to be taken to? If you want a, traditional, Christian burial, or do you want just a regular service, just at the funeral home and then to the cemetery? I provide that service too. We write it all down. We
Yeah.
write it all down, because I hate to say this, but at the moment that somebody passes away, that spirit of dummy, it hits. Like I don't
Mhm.
know, I don't know, and like, if there's not somebody that's gonna give you a positive uh, information and that's gonna back you up, somebody's gonna take advantage of you. And unfortunately, there's people that will take advantage of you and tell you, you know what, you need to spend more. No, you're right. That was worth it. That has nothing to do with it. But people take advantage of people at that moment. So I provide all of that, and then of course, who's the priest you want, at the service, or is there like a chaplain or a pastor or a clergy, or is there like a priest or somebody? That
Yeah.
that that is very good information, and of course, sometimes you can even place who you would like as a pallbearer. You want your son, your grandson,
Yeah.
your buddies from work, your compadres. Hey, los
Yeah.
compadres, get our compadres. Hey, well, that's that's a service that I provide, because I sit down with the families, and we get all of this together. And then, what kind of service do you want? Are there any special requests? Like, the day I die, I want you to all do this, or I want you all to wear red, or I want you to wear blue, or like I've had services where people dress up in their favorite football teams. The
Okay.
Cowboys and the Texans, and of course I can't mention other teams, because, well, it's just bad taste. What can I say? I really
Yeah.
can't go for San Francisco, or I can't even say the Redskins anymore, can I?
Mm, I
I
don't
don't
know.
think they're the Redskins anymore.
I
But those
no.
things, those things are very important. And what kind of cemetery you want to go to? Is there a specific place? And is it what kind of ceremony do you want? Or I've actually told people, that you know how expensive it is to go to a cemetery. Sometimes it's just as expensive as going to the funeral home. I mean, remember,
Yeah.
a basic funeral is like $7,500, $8,000, and sometimes the cemeteries, they get pretty expensive, Richard. I mean,
Yeah.
I know of three here in the valley that's about $8,000 just for the cemetery. Oh my God, that's as expensive as the funeral itself. And like, you're
Yeah.
looking 15 plus already. So
Hmm.
it's very important to have an idea, and that's why we call it the final expense. And of course, we go by the rate of your age and your health. When you have a good agent that talks to you and wants to help you, they ask key questions. Hey, how's your health? What about this? Have you had any problems? And you ask a multitude of questions before you start
Yeah.
writing down an application, and that way I determine whether you need a final expense or just a regular whole life policy, which would do you a whole lot better. in the event something happens, and of course I'm there for
Okay.
my clients to help them out. And then of course I explain to them the additional benefits of having a final expense policy, because with my company, in the event somebody were to
Hmm.
get so sick that they have to be placed in a nursing home, after 3 months the company can waive your premium. You no longer have to pay for your premium, and
Okay.
most companies don't do that. And again, going back to those plans that they talk about on TV, for $10 a month, yeah, but they're talking $10 per thousand. They're not talking $10 for the plan. It's not what it sounds like. At the moment, it sounds something great, but then you find out, hey, this is not what I expected. And of course, going back to what I've talked about in the past, you actually change your health condition because, well, they didn't ask any questions. Well, but did they tell you that you're not covered fully the first year, or the second year, or the third year, or the fourth year? That is very
Yeah.
important, because when you have an agent that cares for you, he's going to try to provide for you the best service out there for your buck, okay, for your money. And
Oh,
talking about that, Richard, let me just tell you something.
well,
Uh,
before you go into that, I just want to welcome everyone to the stream. You're watching Ruben Rubio TX live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, where we discuss life insurance topics to help support and leave a legacy for your family. You can find us on our website at rubenrubiotx.com, where we have all our social media there, as well as if you have a question, you can leave them there, and we'll be glad to answer in a future stream, as well as if you want to set up an appointment to be able to cover life expense, uh, your future expenses regarding what happens after you pass away. Ruben Rubio can walk you through, tell you what options are available, especially regarding a future expense like this. Once again, the website is rubenrubiotx.com. And while we're still on the subject of final expense, I know like life insurance policies usually whole life, they accumulate a cash value. Does the final expense do the same thing?
Yeah, yes, they do. Yes, they do. And it's a funny thing you're asking me that, because today I received a call this morning from a client that has a
Mm.
policy that I sold them back in 2011. He
Okay.
calls me, Mr. Rubio, I want to sell my policy, but I want to buy a new one to replace it. I said,
Oh.
why are you wanting to sell your policy? Well, I need
Hmm.
money. And I tell him, but understand this, sir, that if I sell you a new policy, you're going to have to go through underwriting. Well, it's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. And, I'm not thinking about suicide or anything like that. So I should be covered. Look, sir, I know your health condition. They found cancer on you a couple of years ago. How are you doing? Well, it was in 2015 and I'm doing better. Okay. And since when did you start the remission? Well, not that long ago, but I think I can handle it. Look, let's be very honest. I'm an agent. I can sell you life insurance all day long, but I'm not that type of agent. I'm the type of agent that's going to take care of you. You are
Hmm.
now 82 years old. When I
Wow.
originally sold you this, you were 71. Your health wasn't bad. No high blood sugar, no diabetes, no nothing. But now, unfortunately, what? You had the cancer. So how is your health now? Well, yeah, I have high blood pressure, and I do have diabetes, and but I need money. Well, there's other options. We can borrow against it. Well, what if I just sell this one and get, a smaller policy? He has a $8,000 policy. He's
Hmm.
paying $70 for it. And I told him, look, sir, with all due respect, give me a moment. Let me check. Didn't take me very long. I called him right back. Look, this is where we're at. If I sell you a new policy, you're going to have to start the 2-year contestability all over again. Yeah, but I'm not thinking about suicide. Okay, let me clear that up again.
Uh huh.
The 2 year contestability means if in the first 2 years you were to pass away due to an illness or suicide, the company has the right to contest paying out the money. Plus, most funeral homes will not take a policy that you've had less than 2 years because it's contestable. If it were an accident, that wouldn't be a problem. But here, you're 82 years old. I mean, let me just ask you, when was the last time you got on your ATV or your motorcycle? Hi, Mr. Rubio, pues I don't ride them anymore. Well, that's what I'm telling you. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to be reasonable. I'm your friend, okay? Once you become my client, I'm your friend, and I try to help you resolve these problems. Let
Yeah.
me look at it, and I told them, okay, from $70, you're gonna be paying $157 a month. Oh, Mr. Rubio, that's more than twice. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I'm telling you, you need to take my advice. What we can do instead is borrow some money from your policy, and then you can start paying it back every month. We set it up on your policy because it does have cash value, and we'll pay. And down the line you'll pay up your loan. And the loan is only 4.76% interest, which is
Wow.
not bad at all.
No.
How much is a bank charging? They're charging 12, 14%. Oh my God. They're
Yeah.
really ripping you off. Oh, I can't say that, can I? Oh, well, too late. But I'm doing the best I can for my client because he's my client. If you're my client, I'm going to take care of you the best I can. And I will be sure to help you out in anything that I can do for your benefit. Like I mentioned to him, sir, I can sell you a policy, but I'm not that type of agent. You've been with me for more than 10 years. I'm not going to do that damage to you. So he was pretty happy. And then I told him, this is how much we can lend you. And of course, you can pay it back. And he said, yes. So I'm going to go out and see him this afternoon so he can sign that loan form so we can go ahead and lend him some money.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're talking about final expense, and
Yes.
you said you're going to be filling out a form. Now, let's say we did this like 5 years ago. We fill out the form, and certain details start to change. Are you able to adjust the details? Like, say someone passes away, or you have different people to do pallbearers, stuff like that.
Okay. When we do a loan for a person under a life insurance policy, the way the companies handle it is very easily. Uh, they collect on the loan first, and then they pay out the rest of the benefit to the funeral home or to the family. That's the way it's a basic way it uses. That's the way the companies do it. And this is generally with all companies. Of course, Richard, there's companies that they don't lend you money, and there are companies that do. Mine is one that can do that. And of course, as I was mentioning, you know, if
Hmm.
you ask me to go with you to with the family to go do the arrangements, I help them do the arrangements, and of course, I'm there to help them. I don't charge extra for anything like that. I don't charge. I don't collect any money from that. I made my sale whenever I made my sale, but I am, still servicing you to the best of my ability.
But like, what I was asking is like the details within the form. Can we change that at a later date? Like, um, if the spouse is no longer there, you
Oh, yes,
remarried,
yes, yes.
um,
On the vital
details.
statistics, on the information that we were talking about, the
Yeah.
memorandum. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we can make changes at any time, I always carry extra because, as you just said, hey, you know what? I'm no longer married to that person, or that person passed away, or whatever the case may be, we can do changes at any time. And of course, I usually ask to have a copy for myself. That way, they go to the funeral home, they don't know what to do, they don't know esto que el otro, they just call me. I come with your file and I said, okay, this is what he decided back in such a date. I have a copy of what he's wanting. and that way I help out the family to the best of my abilities. Needless to say, unfortunately, sometimes it's not to the family's
Liking.
liking, but
Mhm.
that's the way it is. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank everyone that's been with us today on Ruben Rubio TX. Thank you for joining us. We've been talking about final expense. And if you have any questions, you can submit them on our website at rubenrubiotx.com, where you can also find our social media links. And if you'd like to set up an appointment with Ruben Rubio TX himself, we have a form there as well that will let us know when's the best time to get a hold of you. And as
Oh,
we
wait.
close off this session, one more question I would ask is, would you recommend, as this form is being filled out, to discuss it with other family members, what their wishes are?
Yes, it's on the discretion of the owner of the policy or the insured to fill out those things and ask questions, and that way, if you want to get your family involved, you can get them involved. And some people are very private. I'm sorry, and
Yeah.
they simply don't want to do this. I just want to remind you all that we have that little section where we talk about the chicken award.
Oh,
He's back.
and who's this week's winner?
Unfortunately, it's a lady that is no longer with us. This week, I got a call from a client telling me what happened. Mr. Rubio, our family member, uh, decided to talk on the phone.
Okay.
This could be you, this could be me. And I told him, definitely not going to be me.
Hmm.
This lady, I can't mention her name on the air, but she was 38 years old. Okay, a young woman.
Hmm.
And you know how it is. Sometimes we talk too much on our phones,
Yeah.
and her battery was running low. Does that not
Okay.
happen to us? Well, yeah, that happens to us. Especially me. I get 25, 30 calls a day sometimes. Well,
Hmm.
guess what? She decides to charge her phone, but at the same time, she goes into the shower, still talking on the phone.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
of course,
electronics and water don't really mix.
no, no, no. She electrocuted herself. And here I am with the family, of course, expressing remorse. But the family calls to ask, Mr. Rubio, would that be considered an accident? And I tell them, you know what? I cannot answer a question like that because that is determined by whoever's the JP, Justice of the Peace, or the doctor, because they could go either way. Either it was accidental or it was suicidal,
Hmm.
and it just doesn't make any sense, Richard.
Hmm.
Doesn't make any sense. Is that conversation that important that you need to take a shower with your cell phone talking? So unfortunately, we gotta say sorry, lady. We're sorry, and of course the family's sorry too, which is she is no longer with us.
Yeah.
So my advice to everybody out there, if you need to take a call, talk to the person. But if you got to take a shower, don't take the call at the moment, please, por
Yeah.
favor.
Well, just want to thank everyone for joining us today on Ruben Rubio TX. Uh, as always, we're always talking about life insurance topics, and today's topic was final expense. And if you'd like to continue to follow us, you can visit our website at rubenrubiotx.com, where you can find all our social media links that will lead you to the places where you can like, follow, subscribe, share. And if you have questions that you would like answered regarding life insurance topics, we have a form you can fill out. Let us know, and then we'll answer it in a future stream. And if you'd like to set up an appointment so that you can better understand what options are available for you and your family. You can also fill out a form there on rubenrubiotx.com that will allow us to know when's the best time to reach you. And we'll be here every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time because we're here live in Texas. And we hope you all stay safe out there and take care. And remember to do the best for you and your family and take care of yourself. And if you can, also get some life insurance to protect your family in the case of any accident that may occur. So we'll see you all next week.
See y'all. Have a good week. Bye. Hi there. My name is Ruben Rubio. I am going to be your insurance consultant this next journey that we're going to take. This journey is going to talk about life insurance. A lot of people ask about life insurance. A lot of people think they don't need life insurance. Many people insure their homes, they insure their cars, even their jewelry. But what they need to do is insure themselves. You know why? Because you are a moneymaker. If you make money, you provide for your family, your wife, your kids, or you have a business. There is no way to replace you. The only way is to have an insurance plan that will cover you the right way. If you liked the content and want to show your support, make sure that you like and comment below. For all questions and inquiries, you can submit them through my content form at rubenrubiotx.com. You can also find me across all the social medias, Ruben Rubio TX. Thank you. May the Lord bless you. Hello, my name is Ruben Rubio. Help support my channel by visiting my website, rubenrubiotx.com, on your phone, tablet, or PC. For Facebook, go to the menu and click on the Facebook logo. On my Facebook page, click like and follow. For Instagram, go to the menu and click on the Instagram logo. On my Instagram profile, click follow. For YouTube, go to the menu and click on the YouTube logo. On my YouTube page, click subscribe and ring the bell for all notifications. For Twitch, go to the menu and click on the Twitch logo. On my Twitch page, click the heart to follow. If you have questions you'd like answered on one of our live streams or YouTube videos, go to the menu and click on Ask a Question. Fill out all the details in the form and click Submit. You can choose to be anonymous or have your first name mentioned on the video. If you'd like to schedule a phone appointment, go to the menu and click Schedule Phone Appointment. Fill out all the details and when the best time to reach you, and we will get back to you at our earliest time available. Hola, mi nombre es Ruben Rubio. Para apoyar mi canal, visite mi sitio de web rubenrubiotx.com en tu teléfono, tableta o computadora. Para Facebook, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Facebook. En mi página de Facebook, haga clic en like y siga. Para Instagram, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logo de Instagram. En mi perfil de Instagram, haga clic en seguir. Para YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de YouTube. En mi página de YouTube, haga clic en suscríbase y haga sonar la campana para todas las notificaciones. Para Twitch, vaya al menú y haga clic en el logotipo de Twitch. En mi página de Twitch, haga clic en el corazón para seguir. Si tienes preguntas que le gustaría responder en alguno de nuestros live stream o videos de YouTube, vaya al menú y haga clic en Ask a Question, llene todos los detalles del formulario y haga clic en Enviar. Puede elegir ser anónimo o que su primer nombre se mencione en el video. Si desea programar una cita por teléfono, vaya al menú y haga clic en Schedule Phone Appointment. Llene todos los detalles y cuando es el mejor momento para llegar a usted y nos encontraremos en nuestro momento más temprano